Fabulous. So, hello everyone. I do hope this is working. Let me double check. Are we live? I wonder. Yes, we are live, and we do have 3 viewers already. So, fabulous. So this is the first cocktail we're doing through Zoom, and we are producing it. We are projecting it on Facebook Live. So that's exciting. Hopefully we will not have any problems. I am absolutely thrilled and delighted for today's guest. These are not my words, but I cannot describe her better. She is not once in a million girl. She is once in a lifetime woman. And I could not be more happy to have the wonderful Vanessa Van Cartier with me. So let me bring her in. Hello, is it happening? Is she coming in? Ooh, she's joining. Is she joining? Is she coming? Meanwhile, I will have a sip from my cocktail until she is with me. It's an extra chill dry martini today because I love a dry martini. So, oh, she's sharing our video. This is what is happening. So until my girl is here, I'm gonna say that I got a very, very special connection with her because we met last year at the Milkshake Festival in Amsterdam. Hello, I was just saying to people how I met you.
Hi, honey.
How are you?
I'm good, love. Thank you.
You look fantastic. So I will finish the story real quick of how I met you. I was invited last year to perform at the Milkshake Festival in Amsterdam. And when we were all ready to go and be taken for the venue, for the park, this glamazon comes along 3 minutes late. And I'm like, who is she? And we figure out that we do have a lot of things in common. So hello, Vanessa, how are you?
Good, sweetie, I'm good. Far away from home, but everything is fine. Yeah.
Well, I see Vanessa is she's a European delight, but she's unfortunately stuck in America. So tell me, how is the lockdown treating you, baby?
Well, I need to be honest, the beginning was quite tough. When you realize that you are far from home. My parents live in Italy. They live in Bergamo. Bergamo is the place where the corona hit the most. Plus, my husband and my friends live all in Belgium. I started to be very, very worried, and I needed to make a choice. If I go back, because I have a work visa, but if I go back, who knows when I can come back to the States? So the first 2 months, a month and a half was quite tough. But after a while, I decided to leave Chicago. I'm living in St. Louis. I was living with fabulous friends, but I'm a very independent lady. So I wanted to be by myself and alone. And, I had the chance to meet so many people here in the States. And I always say it, I sneak this wonderful culture and all these precious people that have stories to tell. And when I tell my story, the two things combine very well. They meld together very well. So I'm happy I made the choice to stay. Of course, I miss home. But I have the feeling, even if the pandemic is really not over, but that slowly things will be better. Yeah.
Well, I do really genuinely hope that it will be over soon and dealt with, because you know, there are people who say this is just the beginning, and I do want to have faith to, you know, the doctors and all the wonderful people that they will find a cure, or they will find some proper medicine, or a vaccine anytime soon. So I'm staying positive. I really think positive.
The thing is, every state in America have their own rules.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living at the border with Missouri. I'm living in Illinois, and 15-20 minutes drive I have Missouri. In Illinois, things are still closed. Yesterday, it sounds crazy, but things are opening there. So we went to a restaurant where there was social distancing.
Okay.
The waiters were wearing masks and gloves, but at least you had that little freedom extra that made you feel alive again. And then we went to a bar. Was quite a large space. They were allowing 50 people, but people were happy. And you know, I'm very careful. I sanitize my hands. I'm wearing mask. I don't kiss people, but I'm honest with you. I'm feeling happy that things start to reopen. I believe we're gonna live in a phase in this life that probably people gonna start to rebel. People are tired to staying home. And the right thing is staying home. But imagine that they find a vaccine in a year. Staying home would cause a lot of problems. In the places and in the countries where you need to stay home, there I'm the first one to say stay home. But if here the things start to reopen, I don't gonna close myself and staying at the house. I don't think I say something weird or something bad. I really believe that if they reopen with precautions, with social distancing and respecting and disinfecting your hands, I think we can start slowly to have a life again. Next week, I'm gonna perform, imagine that. So I'm very, very happy with it.
Well, there are two things that I want to say here. Thing number one is that I don't disagree with you. I just hope people were not abusing the freedom they have.
Absolutely.
Because there has been, at least here in the United Kingdom, people have been having parties, they've been having orgies, they've been going like...
Oh no, that's completely wrong.
That's not how you do it. Like,
that's completely wrong.
I do believe that if we were following the rules for 2 weeks, everything would be so much easier everywhere in the world right now. I want to say another thing, which is, to me, it shows very much how much of a gorgeous soul you are. So when I asked Vanessa to do this interview, to this cocktail, she said straight away yes. And I was delighted. And I got a call at some point from Vanessa saying, I may be performing on Sunday, but I'm not going to cancel you. We may be in the backstage doing my makeup, and I'll leave you for 5 minutes, do my performance, and I'll come back. And that was everything.
But they decide to open the club next week. Hamburger Mary is a big deal here in America. It's like a dinner restaurant where people can eat burgers and even more than burgers. It's fantastic. There are many, many, many places here in America that have Mary's. It's a franchising. They have their own cast. They even took somebody new in the cast. But I was so happy when the owner asked me, listen, Vanessa, I can give you, if you want, Thursday evening, Saturday brunch, and then maybe on Saturday evening you can host and bring the people at the table. And of course I accepted. I'm more, you know, that I'm the queen that I'm that queen that like to have contact with the people. Of course, I will not touch them and I will not hug them, but I like to reach out of people. Stage wise is, on stage, the stage is my life, you know. I perform already for 20 years, but there is so much more than the appearance and the glitters and the sequins. There is a story behind every person, and if every person can reach out to other people, and I mean, help them is of course always beautiful, but listen to the people what they have to say, then I'm very in those things, you know. I love that.
I can feel you there. I'm Greek, and you have worked a lot in Greece, so you know Greek people. We do like hugging people and being in contact, but you're not necessarily touching their soul, hugging them, but speaking with them and
Absolutely.
So yes, this brings me to say that there are a lot of Greek people are watching us right now. I hope they do. So Vanessa,
Kalispera.
When we performed with Vanessa, all of a sudden I was getting my costume, and she started saying Munara, and I froze. So means Munara in Greek means very beautiful pussy, but it's a really good thing to say. It was totally unexpected, absolutely unexpected. And then I found out that Vanessa has been working in Mykonos for
9 years.
A few years. And yes, so the planet is a tiny place to be.
It is.
So you're half Italian and half Belgian?
Yes. I'm half. My father is Sicilian, my mom is Belgian. I moved from Belgium when I was 6. I'm born in Belgium. And then I stayed till my 18 in Italy. And then I came back alone to Belgium. Then I had the opportunity to work in Mykonos. Mykonos was 9 years. I stopped like 3 years ago. This summer will be the 3rd year that I'm not there. That was the most amazing school that I ever did in all my life. Performing for 129, 135, depend from the seasons, every single day, 135 times, no day off, is the best school I ever had. You know, when you want to try out those makeups and then you are not sure, I'm doing the right thing. And then, you know, it's like a child when he grows, you start to learn things. And that's what happened with me, like a person, but like an artist for sure. Mykonos, Greek people will always stay in my heart forever. We can compare the Greek people like the Italian. They're very social. They are very warm. And come here, caffè daki here and caffè daki there. And the coffee list forever. And then all the talks. Greece is and always will be home for me. Yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Greece misses you because, well, see, a lot of people say nice bullshit to other people when they have any sort of interview, but I choose to have people who are my friends in this ones because I feel some certain connection. And by the time I met you, and it was a very, very big cast, there was something there, and it was clearly some energy that I definitely know that it's important for someone who is Greek and has this culture. But
there is something about you, and everybody have a story to tell. I always say I speak for myself. I cannot have a connection with everybody. That would be hypocrite. But I would tell you that when I met you, you stole my heart, because I like people when you talk with someone that looks straight into your eyes. And, you know, at the moment of a festival, we were at a festival. For people that are watching in the States or they don't know, Milkshake was one of the most extravagant festivals that I ever did. I just love it. It's like a gay pride, but where everybody's friends with everybody together with the straight people. I really loved it. And you know, you are busy. Some people are drinking, some people are doing other stuff. You feel pretty, but with you, we were just chatting and looking into the eyes. And I really thought at that moment, he's gonna be my friend. And I was right.
Yes, it worked nicely. Uh, as I said, I met a lot of people there, and I hold a good relationship with all of them. But there are only, I think, 3 or 4 people that I kept speaking and talking and have an actual communication.
And I need to tell you the truth. I was very fascinated about your performance. You have this extra personality that comes above once you perform. You remember I told you, oh my God, you are so elastic. But the combination of drag, of androgynous, the combination with the elegance, because even if you are dressed a bit more erotic than, I mean, I was dressed like a nun, but when you don't have nothing vulgar, you don't have nothing vulgar, even if you are showing naked parts that I mean, more naked than I was. And I love the fact that it's not vulgar and that you can speak a language just with your body. You captivate my attention that day. I'm a big fan of yours.
And I'm definitely a big fan of yours for a few reasons. Like, it usually happens 2 ways. Either I hear about someone and I make a research and try to see videos of their work. Or I meet them at the show and we either don't click, which is absolutely fine. We cannot like everyone. Absolutely. Or I get fascinated and then I go and stalk people online and keep checking out their work. With you was the last case. So I looked a lot at your work and I looked a lot at your performances. Also, like you had I don't know, our audience at the festival must have been about 5,000-10,000, and they were all in their feet with your performance, and that takes some serious talent.
Thank you.
There is that. But you have made some exceptional performances that I found online, and there is one in particular which I find I have called historic, and it really was. But before I get to this performance, which is one, I am assuming you suspect which one I mean. But I want to say to the people that are watching and they don't know you, that Vanessa is a very, very big and important person in life, really, because she's a trans person. She's always been very open, and she has inspired a great deal of people, young people, older people who were different and could not fit. And she has always been very, very open to her story, which I will not get into detail, but it could totally be a book that people can read. She has the most wonderful partner. Yes, I would like to, if you feel comfortable with it, I would like you to share a little bit of your story.
Yeah.
Tiny bit.
Yeah. Okay. I was a very, very unhappy boy. If I have a mirror in front of me and I could talk in front of the mirror and I would ask to the mirror, were you a bad person? I would say no, I was never a bad person. If I would ask to the mirror, were you a bitter person? I would say yes. I've never been jealous about other performers. I've never been jealous about somebody who was more beautiful than myself, because beauty is personal. So I always say I'm not the best, but I'm not the last. And I was very jealous about girls because they were what probably I wanted to be. And once I start to transition, I start to feel that the bitterness was going away. And once I did my surgery, because I've been through a very tough moment of my life where suicide was there. I was ready to make an end of my life. And when you realize that life is so precious, I mean, my little dog saved me. My dog came to me, came to dry my tears. You need to know that my dog is not that pet that likes to be pet by me. She adores Stevie. She comes to me for food or to play, but for cuddles, she likes to go to my husband. And in that moment, I was home.
Your husband for cuddles, my darling.
Yeah, I was home alone, and I was really thinking, well, this is the moment I gonna go. And she came to save me. And at that moment, I realized, oh my God, what I'm doing. And I worked very, very hard on myself. I worked like 3-4 weeks without any medication. That was the hardest thing. You need to know, after surgery, that's also the moment I decide to make an end. It was not only because I couldn't deal the pain anymore. It was because at the same time I saw my career fading away. Mm-hmm. There were some evil queens. They were taking my job away, telling me that I didn't belong anymore on stage. Now I was a housewife. And yeah, you know, if you come from 150 gigs, almost 150 gigs a year, and you go back to 1 a month, then you see your career gone. And yeah, I fight, and I start to believe that there was something where I need to believe in. Mm-hmm. I start to have more connection with the universe. That was something really that I didn't did before. I'm start to be a little bit more spiritual, but very just the base. My spiritualism is, you are good for somebody else, good will come back. You wake up in the morning, you have a bad day. Come on, Vanessa, that's just your thoughts, because we're going to have a good day. And that changed my life. I became very positive. And if today I look again in the mirror and I ask Vanessa, are you bitter? The mirror smiles at me, because I'm not. I'm a very happy person today, with a lot of joy to continue my life. Like I told you, I found that Vanessa Van Cartier, not just the image on stage or the image on a picture, can give so much more. And probably telling a story is easy, because you need to be yourself and just to have a click in your mind, because it's sometimes hard to say that, you know, I wanted to kill myself. Not everybody's prepared about that. But you also need to be prepared to listen. It's more difficult to listen than to speak. And I have a very great balance between the two. Mm-hmm. And that's why I can tell you today that I'm very happy, and that life taught me something very important. And if I could go back in time, I would be doing the same thing, yes.
Again, for the people who don't know, Vanessa is the current, and I guess for 2 years in a row, Miss Continental, which is the Miss Universe of the gay world, but it's a little more important because Miss Continental carries a whole new message, a whole bigger message than just being pretty or being a nice person. And I think it carries the message of what it means to be a queen, which you certainly do it very well. So I do want to go there. So Vanessa has given the most historic performance in the history of
I don't know.
Of the competition. Well, in my opinion, and I mean, okay, I'm not an expert, but
let us say that it was very different from what Continental is used to see.
it's very different to what any pageant is used to see. Because I think...
And I'm speaking about my talent. I don't speaking about gowns, because so many iconic sisters did Continental. But yeah, I believe that my talent that night, that for me was not a talent. For me, it was a statement. That was not a talent.
That's precisely what I'm talking about. So for those who don't know what we are talking about, and we sound weird, this performance is on YouTube. I've also posted it on the Facebook event. So it is the deconstruction of the fairy tale that we all performers really put on stage. But to me, when you are a pageant girl, it's all about being perfect. It's about the perfect beauty, which there is no blemish, nothing can break it. So when you see a glamazon being on a stage, and I can tell you from experience that Vanessa can command the stage, to see this gorgeous creature all of a sudden deconstruct the fairy tale and showing us not a gown, not a makeup, not even a body, but a bare soul. This is groundbreaking to me. Why did you choose to do this?
First of all, it's a performance that I did already, and I built in Greece, in Mykonos. I was not doing it often. I was just doing it as a boy, just to show the transformation from drag to boy, of course, with a meaning. And then I remember somebody told me, oh, Vanessa, you can never do that number again now that you are a woman. But that's something that when somebody say to me, you can never do again, that gives me time to work on it. And I thought, no, actually, thank you for telling me this. Now for sure I will do it, because now the meaning is there. I did it the last season in Mykonos like 10 times on the last season. Remember, we like one time a week, like not one time every 2 weeks in Mykonos. And I remember the last one was very emotional. There were a lot of people. They were all crying. But I knew already that I would leave. And that would be my last season over there. So I said, I'm going to stop with it. That was the last time I did my performance. And then when the surgery came and the story I told before, I say, I think I need to do that number a couple of times more. I did it one time on a very big show award in Belgium, where, thank God, very lucky. I'm very blessed. I won that night. There were like 9 awards to win. I won 8 of the 9. I don't say it because I want to show off. I say it because I was very proud. I came from a depression where people were saying me, you cannot be on stage anymore. Well, that was my to show that everything is possible. And for Continental, with my promoters, we start to think, oh, what you gonna do? And I remember I proposed the number, and they said, Vanessa, I don't think that will work. It's too risky. There is too much naked on. People will not understand. It's not what Continental is searching for. And I said, okay. And then we decided to do something else. And after a couple of weeks, I remember I was crying because I thought, no, I really want to do it. And I asked them, I said, listen, I really would like to do that number on Continental. And they were very nice. They told me, listen, it's your pageant. We guide you. If you fail, it's your fault. We can just give you our opinion. And I did. And I was very, very happy that I did it. I remember Continentals is a pageant with a lot of prelims during the year. All over the States. We have Europe, we have Puerto Rico, we have Canada, we have Curacao. But it's in 2 nights. So you have the first night, and then the second night you have the top 12 that continue to fight for the first place. And I remember the only thing I wanted was, I hope I can be in the top 12, just to show that number, just to do my statement. That was what I had in mind. And of course, that wonderful dress, that beaded dress, that it's like 10 kilos.
That dress, I'm so jealous of this dress. You have no idea.
Joshua Naponte made the dress. It's a piece of art. I always say, if one day I will have my little museum, that's gonna be the main part of the museum. I can put the dress inside.
I need to wear this dress once in my life.
You can, but not doing elastic things, just
I'll
posing.
be super careful, I promise.
Okay. And then was the night, and I heard I was in top 12. And remember, my friend Christophe, my promoter, told me, Vanessa, remember when you do the number, before you leave the dress, I had pasties on. Nothing was vulgar. Everything was covered. And he told me, if you're going to take off the dress, put your hand in front of your breast before you take off the dress. And I said, yes. And then I started to think, but all the poesy or the poetry from the song and from my statement will go away. It's just the combination of elegance, combination of being real, and combination to be naked and pure. That was the meaning of my talents. And once I went on stage, I never cheat. I didn't have even the feeling that I was cheating on him or to hurt him. And I said, no, I said, no, I cannot do that. I cannot do this time what you asked me. And I went on stage. I did my number as I wanted. And I took the dress off like I wanted. And Continental is not only about talent. It's not about beauty only. It's not only about being smart. But I think that the biggest part of Continental is how you gonna represent the pageant after, if you win, and honesty. They want to see an honest person. For me that night, I didn't have judges. For me, the judges were my partners, I was like on a date. And when you're on a date, you need to show yourself. Speak for myself. I try to be so transparent and honest as I can. And I wanted to tell them who I was. And I'm so happy that the connection went through all the judges. And today it's hard for me. I don't know history about Continental like all the other icons that tried for 5, 6, 7 times. I won from my first try. But for me, it was a big surprise. Don't think so about, oh, she's going to go there and she's going to win. I even thought that I would be part of the top 12. So I have a lot to learn, but I'm doing my reign completely different. Every beautiful, fantastic winner of Continental. Continental is divided in 4 parts. You have Mr. Continental, Continental Elite for older ladies. You have Miss Continental Plus for the XL ladies, and then Mr. Continental or Miss Continental. And, you know, I don't need a red carpet. Yesterday too at the bar, it's so strange when you come into a bar and oh my goodness, Miss Continental. Of course it makes happy, but nobody need to bow for me. I had like 3, 4 guys. Oh my God, you're Miss Continental. Don't do that with me. Everybody is listening. Don't need to do that with me. I'm not that kind of person. You can hug me. The time when we will be ready. Not yet. You can hug me. You can shake my hand. I'm the same than you, sweetheart. I'm the same of all the other people. I just give a message that night. I always say, I don't go by rules. I respect the rules. They're 2 completely different things. And respect them. Even maybe don't do the same thing that they ask, but not only with Continental, in my life, but knowing that I have my head on my shoulder, That's very difficult when you are a drag and you are a bit popular. And
Very.
my feet on the ground, also very difficult for some girls. But knowing that I know that I'm humble. I don't gonna lie. I know that I'm a humble person. I know that I'm not flying, and I'm very happy. They want to call me different. Perfect. Yes, I'm different, but I like to be different. I would like that after my reign, people will remember me as a good person. They don't need to choose. They don't need to say she was the nicest of the 40, because everybody have a story to tell. If they only at the end would say she was a very good miss, we're gonna miss her and we love her, I'm the most happy person in the world. That's
Well,
it.
I will say this. I always feel that we are performers, we're entertainers, and the more popular we get, the more responsibility we have, because our voice is louder than other people.
I gonna be, sorry if I interrupt you. The reason the pandemic taught me a lot. I was always very insecure like a person. When I propose a new number, I need to ask to 50 people, was it good? Are you sure? I'm very insecure. But Continental gave me a voice, gave me a platform. I have my hands, I have my voice. And no one will come in my path and tell me that what I need to do. If it's something that I can learn and it's the correct things, of course I'm gonna listen. If they are my promoters and my boss, of course I'm gonna listen. But I always gonna follow my heart, and that voice. If I can help someone with my story, if I can give my opinions and help somebody to grow, and I'm gonna do everything what I can to inspire other younger ladies, even drag queens are allowed to do Continental. We all have the possibility to be a voice, not to have a crown, but to be a voice. The thing that make it different with somebody that does a pageant and that maybe is just known as a local performer. I give an example in a village. It's more difficult. You have, of course, the media, but because I have the chance to connect with all those people, why should I not use my voice now that I can? And I will use it.
That is totally the way I say it. The more followers we have, the more people that know us, the more important our voice is. And this is where you see how people use the voice for better benefit or for their own good, or they don't use the voice at all. And like, I was very surprised because you won Continental straight after the
Showqueen Awards.
Yes. So
I did first Miss Showqueen Awards, then I did Miss Continental Europe, and then after Europe I did Miss Continental.
I just want to say that this happened shortly after we met.
Yes.
So we didn't have a very good connection. We didn't know each other very well. So I was very pleasantly surprised. Not as surprised because I had the feeling, but sometimes you just have the feeling, but in theoretical level, you don't know it. But you responded to my message straight away. You were as much of a sweetheart as you were the first second I met you. And to me, that is important, because I know a lot of people who, when all of a sudden they did something and they got some exposure, things changed. But I also know that you have spent hours and hours responding to every single message you received after you won Miss Continental.
I think I got like 2,000 messages, and I'm talking only with Facebook. I respond them all. I didn't even answer with XXs. I really respond them all. Some were longer than the other ones, if it was just a thank you very much. I really appreciate when people spend time to send you a message because they appreciate what you do. It's my due to respond to every single person. I have also nasty messages. I mean, not everybody loves Vanessa, but then, yeah, I try always to handle the situation. And of course, if they insult me and everything like that, I don't respond. But even those people that have erotic ideas, I don't even know how you call that in English, they send me pictures and already you feel that they're going to send me the picture of, I just tell them, sweetheart, I'm not interested. Have a good life. I block them, but first I want to tell them I'm not interested.
Yeah, I may have a little experience of that as well.
Girl! Do you mind if I'm gonna put my lamp because it's dark in here?
Go put on your lamp.
Crazy.
What a wonderful lamp you have.
My beautiful lamp.
So until the lamp is on, I'm gonna say that we had a little video call with Vanessa before the live, and she's like, "Oh my God, I need to show you what I just got."
It's gigantic. It's really gigantic. I can show it. You want to see it?
Yes, please. Show us the lamp.
I mean, it's almost on the roof.
That's a massive lamp.
Yeah. I mean, the lamp don't fit with my house, but I want to have it.
What are you going to do when you're back to Europe?
I'm going to ship it.
Of course you will. Do you know, I'm not sure you know, but do you know that I'm moving to the Netherlands? So it's going to be very easy to meet each other.
I love the Netherlands. The Netherlands gave me the chance to be again myself after that dark period in my life. They have amazing queens over there. Everywhere we have amazing queens, but the most of them, I know them. I'm working a lot in the Netherlands, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I love the creativity of the girls. I love the spirit and the mentality from the Netherlands. They are straight to the point. Vulgar or not vulgar, it's straight to the point. We don't mind what you think. And I like that because that's how I live right now. You know, white is white, black is black. I speak just for the show entertainment. For me, there is no gray anymore. I've been hurt too much. And then this has nothing to do to be bossy, but if I can help, I will help. If I cannot help, I will not help. If I want to do something, I will do it. If I don't want to do it, I don't gonna do it. People in the past used me a little bit. They were making me dance around them finger, and I don't want that anymore. I don't want that anymore. But if you can handle everything with kindness, you don't hurt nobody. So my mentality is, I believe for myself, the most healthy thing in myself, yes.
Well, I mean, I have been following a lot. I've been, watching. I have been watching you. Does this sound creepy? Excellent. I have been watching you. And you really are a really fascinating person and a really kind person, which is lovely. Because we are obviously entertainers and we are artists and we are currently not working, how can someone support you?
Oh, I'm very, very lucky. People support me not only with money. I was, the thing is different here in America. The culture is tipping. So once everything starts to close, we start to make our online shows on Facebook or on Instagram. and people were giving donations like
I've seen some
5,
of them.
10, 20. And yeah, that helped me a lot. I mean, that helped me really a lot. I was also very blessed because I saved my money. Of course, I like to buy a beautiful pair of pants or a jacket, but the main thing when you, or a lamp from an antique shop, of course, there is a moment that you need to choose what you want in your life. There was a period in my life I had a hole in my hand, and now in the period I was working, I was saving money. Remember, I have also other things to pay. My life is for a while here, but I have also a house in Belgium where my husband is taking care of everything, and I'm very, very blessed. But yeah, I was making money with my online shows, and I came here in this apartment like a month and a half ago, and I rent like an empty space, and in 2 weeks I had everything. People started to ask me for my address, and every morning I was waking up, and every day was Christmas. Every day there was a box, and this is something that I'm gonna care forever in my heart. How beautiful and how generous American people are. I'm not discriminating nobody because I got help also in Belgium when I needed it, but I never experienced this. Most of the people say here there is some flowers because you're gonna live alone. Imagine that everything what you see, the lamp is a present for myself, are really donations from people, and I'm feeling really, really a lucky girl and a happy girl. And if my American friends are watching, thank you very much, and I will never be tired to thank you enough.
Well, I do have a lot of American friends. Plus, it happens, and most of my guests at the cocktail, they are from America. My next guest is also from America, and I am in contact. I mean, currently also this is also my income from doing online shows and doing events and teaching. And I do see that people have really, really responded, and that's awesome. But to be honest, and I'm very guilty for this, I did think that the Americans could be a little more difficult. Not necessarily because they don't have it in them to be kind, but because unfortunately things in America are very, very difficult in an economical level, in the political level, in the care system is complicated. So I would expect people to try and really save as much as possible for the rainy day that is happening currently.
It's important. It's important. I mean, I broke a tooth. When you hear the prices just to fill a teeth is between the $250, if it was really broken, between the $250 and the $400, even $450, and that's not an implant. I mean, that's a lot of money. It's true. Health care, it's very difficult over here compared to where I live. I pay $140 or euro for a year. And I saw how the situation is here. It's not easy. But America have so many other beautiful things where I look up. I really hope one day they could experience what we experience in Europe with our healthcare. I know some things about England if you are a British citizen, and I heard that, example, you don't pay doctors. I heard when you go to for consultation, or is this not true?
Well, we don't pay. It's just usually we cannot get an appointment, or the doctor will Google your symptoms.
Yes, but you don't pay. Well, I'm sure that here in America, people will do a queue of 4 or 5 hours just to know that they don't need to pay, but then to get cured and to get what they really need. Belgium, like I said before, €140 a year, and you have your insurance. We are very, very, very lucky. I really hope that that one day Americans, citizens, can taste what it means to have that kind of freedom. But I really, for me, this is for me, being here is how we call it in Europe, the American dream. American dream is for myself, not just have $1 million on the side, but it's really being lucky, being accepted, and having the chance to be here as a guest in a country that it's not my country. That's amazing.
I mean, that is very beautiful.
Yeah.
But I don't think you are a person of one country. I think you are a person of the world.
Oh, thank you.
You speak 6 languages, don't you?
Mm. Yes.
See, this is the dream of my life. If I had a superpower, it would be either to fly or to be able to speak fluently every language in the world.
You know, sweetheart, I'm the living proof that everything is possible. I don't say this because I need attention from the people that I'm talking, they are listening. I'm telling this to you right now. And of course, people will listen. When I was a child, many people told me, you will never have nothing of your life. Some people were telling me that I was a mistake. Some people were telling me that I was dumb. Some people were telling me that I was not intelligent. Some people were telling me that I would never make it. And I can go on for minutes. When you have a dream or when you believe in something, you need to go for it. It's never too late to learn. It's never too late to change your life. The only thing that we cannot change is a bad sickness or death. Everything what I want to have in my life that it's possible to complete, I will have. I tell you, I'm going to do a film. It's my dream, and I'm going to fight till the end. I'm going to do a film. I'm going to do a movie, or I'm going to do a documentary. I'm going to do it because I believe in dreams. I don't say just, oh, it's a dream. No, I believe that this is going to happen. Everything is possible. Never stop. Never put your faith away. Never put your hope away. Believe in your dream and go 200% to catch that dream, and you're going to have it. You want to speak languages? You can. You want to travel? You can. You want to change your life? You can. Everything what you want is possible. No one will tell me anymore that nothing is possible. And I don't say this because I want to be mad. I remember who beat me when I was a child. I remember who bullied me when I was a child. But if I look at my life today and I see what kind of miserable life those people have, then I don't laugh about them because nobody deserves to be bullied again because they did it with me. I'm not going to do it with them. But that needs to be a lesson for them. Everything what you give, you receive. They were mad with me. They were bad with me. They slapped me. I remember I was going back home after school. They took with me 4. I went home with a blue eye. These are things that didn't make me a bad, bitter person. Didn't even make me scared. They made me sad. But I transform my sadness in happiness. And this is something that I want to tell to the people that are watching and to yourself. When you are sad, just take that sadness out of your body and just say, from now on, I want to have a happy life. Because happiness is a choice. If you want to understand or not, happiness is a choice. I came here in an empty space. I was being happy just to have a bed. it's how you make life. It's how you wanna, it's how you want, it's how you wanna make the best of it. Just a bad sickness and death cannot stop us. Why you're laughing?
I'm laughing because it's I don't think it's random. We are friends. I have only one tattoo in my body because I don't like tattoos. I say that something's permanent in my body. Don't want it. And it says, if you can dream it, you can do it.
Oh yeah.
And this is literally the motto of my life. I have led a very crazy life. And I found that whatever I can dream of, if I really, really try and make the sacrifices that are required, is going to happen. And this is pretty much why I think this is why we are so connected, because we do have the same belief in this matter.
It is. I mean, dreams are there because I can't imagine my life without a purpose, without hoping, without faith, without a dream. I always was dreaming to become someone, somebody that could tell her story, somebody that could dream other people. Dreaming is not only having success, but dreaming is also an example. A lady told me once, when I see you perform, you make me dream. That lady was in a wheelchair, and that lady told me, you made me forget that I was sick. Those little powerful things that people say because of what I do, they are also part of my dreams. I wanted to be a queen. That was my dream. Well, of course I have a crown. I have a beautiful crown. I have a beautiful sash. But what's most important is I feel a queen in my heart. If you are not a good person and you have a collection of 35 crowns in your house, but you are evil, you are not a queen. A real queen is a good person. But that's the vision that I make of it. And I'm very happy that I continue to follow my path, because my path makes me happy. But the most important thing is that I make people happy. I try to make people happy. The people I met, they say, you make me smile. Thank you. Those little things that people tell me makes me feel every day a queen, like the night when they put the crown on my head. Yes.
And this is precisely why you are a dear friend of mine. This is why I feel very lucky to be your friend and that you are my friend. Well, I'm afraid this is about the time we need to finish, which sucks because we can stay here forever.
You can continue if you want. I don't have a problem. Ooh. I don't have a problem.
Okay. I may cheat a little bit because I always try to be, I'm always a time freak.
It's your show. If you want to go, we can go. If you want to stay, I can stay.
Oh my God, look at this. Well, I do have a couple of things that I would like to ask you.
Okay.
So, you have made me so emotional. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to keep myself together, which is not very easy because I get emotional very easy. If you could do any other job except from performing, what would you do? I know it's a very difficult question because I cannot answer this question myself.
Wow. For sure I would do a job where I can reach out and I could help people. I would I don't have a problem to leave everything away, knowing that my husband is waiting for me or he could come with me. And I don't know, doing something for somebody else. When I was younger, I remember we had friends, they were going to Popesti in Romania, and they were helping childs from an orphanotrophy. I don't know how you say it in English. Orfanotrofio, where the childs don't have mothers and father.
That's interesting. That's it. That is the Greek word as well.
Orphans, yeah, that thing, you know. I think it goes orphanage.
An orphan house.
Yes. And what touched me the most was that they built a school not far from there, and they start to help these children. Really listen. Nothing fell on my head. I don't want to sound so, oh, she's sweet, but I would definitely do something if I could give a switch in my career, and a switch that would make me happy. I would do something like that. I would go where the people need me the most. If I need to have a job to survive, I would work like a 9 to 5, or I would work in a store close. If I can choose it, I would do that.
I like that.
I would do that.
Because, I mean, I always say to people my dream job would be to sell books, because I love books and I love knowledge and I love passing the knowledge over. But when I started performing, it was all very selfish. I just needed the attention. And then I realized, and my dance teacher helped me with this, that that's stupid. It's not about you, it's about your audience. You are giving them a good time. You are giving them a dream. You are giving them a fairy tale that they don't have in their own house.
It is.
And then I realized how important this is. And meeting people after shows, I always, many times I understand that we are responsible to make them happy for 5 minutes that we are on stage, or for an hour that the show is. But it is as important as it's to help people with, I don't know, like their health. We are helping their mental health.
It is. It's so, from the moment you want to help, the words say already everything. Help. It can help is in small things, is helping the older lady to cross the street. Help is to give the place on the bus to an older person. Help is an example, what my friend Nico is doing. Example, he lives in, I think he lives in Texas or San Antonio, I don't remember. He is making dishes, like 15, 20, 30, 40 dishes once a week just to give away. And that's wonderful. I mean, it's in this moment we need to show that we are a family, not only in the drag community, not only in the LGBT community. The world is a family. And I like to be helped. I like when somebody helped me, and I like to help too. Life is, I give, but I receive. That's, I don't expect to receive, but in French is example. It's not, it don't need to come always from one person. It needs to come from two persons. That's what makes a friendship. Can I ask you something? Are there people that maybe have a question?
Oh,
were you able to film from the beginning? The were we able to have the live from the beginning on Facebook? Yes, I think.
Well, there are people who are commenting.
Okay.
This is great. We did get cut at some point, but I went back online, and also I'm recording this, so I'm intending to upload it because you are a bloody treasure and you're my friend, and that's fabulous. So it has to happen.
Thank you, love.
I mean, I do, you know, when I started this project because I had cocktails with a friend who is a performer, and I said, oh, that's so much fun, let's put it on camera. And then I realized that the people who I feel connected with, they have a story, they have a message. And it gets more and more important and more close to my heart. In this way, I also rediscover or realize why I feel connected, strongly connected with some people on a personal level. So, yeah.
I believe that everybody has a story to tell. Everybody's here for a reason. That you are 5 years old, that you are 50 years old, that you have a career, that you don't have a career. Everybody has a story to tell. The secret is to have the power to listen to stories. Of course, my story is a fairy tale. I mean, I just want to tell this little thing that most of people know. Once I lost everything after surgery, and I didn't have a job anymore, from being on the most prestigious stages that I was around the world, I was, instead of performing, cleaning toilets. I mean, after the toilets, to be able to win Continental is a fairy tale. So of course my story is something big, but I'm sure that many people that are watching have a story to tell. And it's only like this that we can grow.
Well, I do have a question from a lovely lady who's a friend of mine, Helen. She's asking, what would you be the one piece of advice, only one, that you would give to someone?
To be always yourself and to being true to who you are without making any fantasy around you, but just to be you. That's the only thing that it matters, because when you are pure, then you know who you have in front. If you build an image, but the person is not real, we will never be able to know who is in front of us. That's why being real and staying true to our own values is important. That is my advice.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Well, this is the point where I'm going to finish this live, because this is a very beautiful advice. I'm going to say that next week we do have Sherry Vine, who is a drag legend.
Fantastic person. I don't know her, but like an artist, I adore.
I haven't met this kind of humor many times in my life. And again, when we met, we happened to connect instantly. So I feel very lucky and privileged that I met this person. She's wonderful, so talented. And yeah, you should, like, if ever your paths cross, I'm pretty sure you will have the best time ever.
I hope I can meet her. She was in Belgium. I couldn't see her show, but I have many friends that know her personally. And yeah, she's very, very fun.
She is.
I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to give me the chance to tell my story, and most very important, to being here to talk with each other. You are a lovely person. What I wanted to tell you, never change, because you have a beautiful, beautiful light around you, and that's something that people cannot buy. Remember also the people at home. When you feel that you are a good person and you feel there is jealousy about you, just think they are jealous about my light, because that light people cannot buy. So keep that beautiful light and go on and inspire other people that are doing the same path of you or my path. And I love you dearly.
Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much.
Ok, Moromo.
Sarah